It's Saturday! Namaste. Namaste means to honor the divine that is within you, or the divine spark. Just wanted to say that because I say it so many times in my video. I say it to people that I meet for the first time especially, or just anybody, and I'm trying to make it a habit because a lot of times we just say hello, which is so generic, which I say as well, but I want to say something different because I want to honor that divine spark, that divinity that is in each one of us with the infinite power and the infinite potential to create infinite abundance and create a more positive reality in your life, in my life, in our lives, in all of our lives, especially by the things that we do. And so this week, what I said is I'm going to do a video on anxiety and some of the natural ways, especially with oils, that I've used. But first, to join the oily revolution with me, there on my website, I've added a special section for the oily revolution. All you have to do is go there. On Facebook, you can go there as well. Those are the easiest ways to become a member. One of the first steps that you can take, if any of this sounds interesting to you, intriguing to you, if you want to try it, is to be able to just like my page on Facebook or subscribe to my website. And subscribe to this YouTube channel as well, because I do weekly videos on different benefits that oils can do for you. And on the Facebook page and on my website, you will be able to find tabs that would link you to advantages of essential oils, so you can learn a little bit dive deeper into what are the advantages of essential oils. Other than what I'm saying every week, you can keep going deeper for yourself, which is what we all should do. You'll find the products there as well, so you'll be able to become a member for the retail store, or if you want to become a member and get wholesale prices, get special deals, get special promotions, special oils just for members, you can do that as well. If you have any questions about that, it could be an opportunity to create freedom for you, not only financial freedom, but health freedom, any kind of freedom that you can think of. And that's the opportunity that Young Living can offer you as well. So hit me up about that if you have any questions. But the first step is just become a member, retail customer on there, and you have access to these amazing oils that have been benefiting me for almost pretty much the last year or so since I've been turned on to them. And some of the topics on my website or on Facebook that you'll see on posts is aromatherapy. You'll see essential oil recipes that I'll post there sometimes. You'll see health and fitness tips. You'll see nutrition, recipes for food. You'll see business tips and even success tips. You'll see product highlights for some of the oils, especially oils that may have come back on the market, may be available now. A lot of the oils with Young Living, because I mentioned that their biggest thing is high quality, a lot of them might be sold out. And so here's a way that you can stay posted and stay updated to make sure that you get the hottest oils that you can get. One of them, actually, I talked to somebody, if you're watching this video, I talked to you on an Uber ride, and we talked about eucalyptus and how much you love eucalyptus. I love eucalyptus. That's actually back on the market. It's available now. I got my bottle on the way, actually, and I can't wait to get it, because for me, eucalyptus reminds me of my childhood. And I had a nanny who would make eucalyptus tea, because we had a eucalyptus farm like around the corner, around the block, and I would just smell that, and it's an amazing, beautiful smell. And so when I smelled that eucalyptus oil, it brought back those memories. And so it's always nice to kind of go down memory lane and have something that brings back happy memories, and that's what eucalyptus does for me. That's back on the market, so if you're watching this video, you can actually get some of that good oil for yourself as well. So with anxiety I've learned is pretty much when you're focused on the future and what's gonna happen, you're focused pretty much too far ahead of yourself. You're worried about being able to make enough money for that bill. You're worried about the outcome of what some kind of health treatment is going to do to hopefully make you better, and you're worried about steps way too far in the future instead of just focused on now. Things like that create anxiety, and that creates stress. And I'm going to do a video on stress and 7 tips on how to manage stress and eliminate stress from your life as well. I'll do that soon. But anxiety is one of those things that provoke stress. It's going to lead to more stress. Your body can't handle bad stress very well. It makes your immune system worse. You might get sicker, etc., etc. So anxiety is one of those things that if you can eliminate it from your life, you will be happier. And the very root of it is to be focused on the now, here and now. What can I do now? What am I doing now? There's someone that I passed by here on the way who's just here painting this beautiful area. You could see the California poppies behind me. There's purple flowers. There's white poppies behind me. It's beautiful. And I found this place because I do videos like this. Someone watched a video that I met at the grocery store. They probably saw me hiking. They don't even know that I actually live in this area. And here I am. It's a few blocks away from me. And I can come here in the middle of nature, really close to my house, and just relieving stress, relieve anxiety. Do a video like this to help you do the same, to lower your anxiety and to relieve your stress. And so coming into nature, getting away from the urban hustle, getting away from the concrete jungle, that is one of the things that's helped me live a happier life with less anxiety, with less stress, and ultimately a happier life. And be able to not take medications. Anxiety and insomnia go together. That's what I've realized as well. I have insomnia. I have anxiety as well. I've dealt with both. It's still an issue in my life. But I used to take prescription medications for it. I used to take sleeping pills. The problem with sleeping pills and anxiety/insomnia is the fact that sleeping pills, they worked for me for a little bit. Then I needed to take more, and then they stopped working because I built a tolerance, and then I couldn't sleep again. Some sleeping pills didn't work. I've tried prescription ones. I didn't want, people have gone all kinds of lengths to try to sleep. But if you just get to the root cause, again, being present, trying to do things and implement things in your life that focus on the now, that is the root cause, is not focused on the now. And so I had to learn that the hard way. Some of these medications did help. One disclaimer that I want to put out there, that I put out there in every video, especially this one, is, some of you might be taking Xanax. I've taken Xanax. This is a controlled substance. Some of these sleeping pills are controlled substances, or they have withdrawal. You can go through withdrawals if you just end them suddenly. So don't do that. That's not the point of this. Don't just drop that and start diffusing these oils that I'm going to talk about, or start doing any of these things without consulting a medical professional. So you want to add these things to your life. And what I did, it was a slow process. Is somehow I've met people who have brought oils into my life. I've met people who have taught me how to meditate. Meditation was one of the first things that I've done to help me live in the now and be present and lower my anxiety and lower my stress. And so I've met random people who I've become close with, who have helped me along my journey, and ultimately to help me not have to take Xanax anymore, not have to take sleeping pills anymore. But talk to your doctor about it, implement some of these lifestyle changes, and I know that you can get off of them too, but just don't end them suddenly, please. I don't want you to be sicker. It could make your anxiety worse, etc. And so basically what I recommend is a holistic approach. Essential oils is one of the first steps that you can take, easiest step that you can take. You can buy a bottle, you can add 2-3 drops to water and diffuse it in your home diffuser. You can get a home diffuser on my website as well. I sell those through Young Living. And so you can start taking that step. one of the first steps to be able to do that. And so essential oils, meditation. To tell you a story about meditation, I've tried all different kinds of meditations. I've gone to Buddhist temples, I've gone to Hindu temples, I've gone to, just, you name it. You know, I really have just wanted, I've done prayer, you know, obviously Christian prayer. I'm a biblical studies major. And so I've done all these things, and none of it helped, and I believe it's because I was trying to experience something and so focused on that instead of being focused on the now. When I finally slowed down, and I actually learned chanting meditation maybe about 2 years ago near a gym that I used to go to, and I just went randomly because I had this assignment for school to do a report on a different religion. And so I went to this Buddhist center, and they happened to do chanting meditation. So I tried it out a little bit. It was cool. Met a bunch of cool people, heard a bunch of cool stories of people getting healed from things like lupus, and just by focusing on meditation and chanting every day and just having hope and living positively, and just really trying to put as much positive vibes into our world, which God knows we need so much more, especially with all the negativity around, which is what this channel is all about. Is I just want to just put positive vibes and just infuse it in our world. And if you look for it, you'll find it. You just found it right here. If you're looking at this, if you're watching this video, it's out there. And if you immerse yourself in all of that, you'll find it now, and you'll find out how to be present. And it's going to change your life in unbelievable ways, but it's a slow process, and it's something that you have to just grow into. And so anyways, I just started, usually it's after some kind of crisis that kind of leads you to be able to try something maybe even more on a regular basis. And so I went through a sort of kind of crisis maybe about 6 months ago or so, and I started doing the chanting meditation on a daily basis because I remembered the stories that I heard when people actually just gave it a try and just let go. Letting go is one of the hardest, most difficult things that you can do. But I just let go, and I just did it, not knowing what to expect. And that's been one of my foundations, is just chanting regularly. I actually have an altar at home now that I can go in this corner and just chant and meditate every day. And it just basically just helps root me in the now. It roots me in the present. And so that has led me to find compassion and love for all things, all beings, all plants, everything on earth. A love and a compassion that I knew I had since I was a child. It's been just deeply rooted in me. I believe it's deeply rooted in you as well. And it's led me to alter my diet. And I am transitioning now to being vegan. And the less meat I eat. Now I don't even eat any meat. I don't even do any fish. I just do a plant-based diet, and I'm happier. I'm way happier. I have more joy in my life. When I do have stress, I can deal with it a lot better. I'm calmer. Sometimes I've had anger issues because I'll bottle things up, and then I'll be really passive aggressive, especially on the road. And now I'm just calm. I'm not in a hurry to get anywhere. And so the meditation and the food that I'm eating has done wonders to be able to be a couple steps, a couple pillars in how I've created a more positive reality for myself. And just on food as well, one of the things that I am very passionate about is sharing just how the food you eat, how do I say this? Basically, the food you eat, you are what you eat, is what I'm trying to say. And Everything is energy. That's what I'm realizing, which is why I love to meditate as well, because when you get focused on that now, you get into that kind of space where you don't really have a care in the world, that you experience a surreal peace all around you, and you experience the interconnectedness of all things. Is the best way that I think I can put it, if that makes any sense. And because we're all energy, animals are energy, energy is what's real. Some, even scientists, explain it in a way where pretty much to say that we're all holograms. Okay, there's books that actually point towards a kind of reality where what is real is actually what you really can't see, but perception is reality. And so that is a saying that is true, is perception is reality. You have energy all around us. The one thing about energy is it cannot die. It cannot go away, it cannot be eliminated. It has to go somewhere. It's eternal. Some religious beliefs may call this the soul, and it's eternal. It doesn't go anywhere. Now the body, this body that we're in now, the bodies that we're going to have in the future as we advance towards our soul consciousness, as we advance towards more advanced states of being, more advanced states of consciousness, these bodies will change. But our soul, our spirit, our energy, and animals in the same way have the same soul, eternal energy that lasts forever and ever and ever, and has to go somewhere. So when we kill an animal, we call it butcher, or whatever, to kind of downplay it. That animal doesn't want to die. I guarantee you the animal does not want to die. The cow doesn't want to die. The sheep doesn't want to die. The chicken doesn't want to die. And if you watch any of these videos of slaughterhouses, it's probably a good name for it, murder houses, and one thing that I've thought about more recently is the fact that farms that kill animals are nothing more than concentration camps. They're places that yes, that's right. I got an amen right there, right? Right, yeah. They're nothing more than concentration camps, and I love that because someone heard that. And they gave me a thumbs up. But they're concentration camps where these animals are tortured and then they're brutally murdered, executed. And we wouldn't do that to people, right? But we have. But then that ended, and then I'm convinced that the Industrial Revolution had something to do with it. And farms where animals were killed came up because maybe some root of evil or whatever, something within us that had to just do that evil thing, whatever it might be, whatever causes us to do those kind of things. But we've transferred it from people to animals. And we shouldn't do it to people, we shouldn't do it to animals either. That's just not the way the universe is moving forward and progressing. And so I can no longer support the sale of, the manufacture of, the processing of any kind of meat or anything, especially anything that has been farmed. And let's just call it out, that has been put in concentration camps. And those animals that don't want to die, their energy of fear goes somewhere. Some of it, I believe, might stay in the meat. We cook the meat. The energy is there because the energy can't be burned. Not like alcohol. Alcohol you can cook with and it's gone, evaporates. But the energy in meat is transferred into us. And then we wonder why we're more depressed. We wonder why we go through anxiety. We wonder why we have such high stress levels. Well, it's a combination of everything going on in our lives, but it's also rooted in what we eat. What we eat is making our stress higher. It's making our anxiety higher. It's making us more fearful and worried because we are consuming the energy that's within animals that are fighting for their lives as they're dying in these slaughterhouses. And so when you give that up, you become happier. You become calmer. You fear less. Still deal with all these things, but it's one of those pieces of the puzzle in my life that has helped me tremendously. So going vegan, I challenge you to do that as well. And again, it's a slow process. It's a slow journey. I've tried the vegan thing. I've tried even like raw food diets and stuff that just ended up being like a fad, because it's really hard to, give something up that you're so rooted in, like eating meat, for example, or anything else that we do that becomes habit, that becomes programmed in our brains. It's hard to give that up. And so it's a process of us reprogramming our brain. I've been just adding little by little, just adding more good things to shove out the bad things. It's kind of a philosophy I live by. And now, just all of a sudden I could look back maybe 6 months ago, I was eating way more meat. And now, no meat. I was still doing fish a little bit, but now I'm not even doing fish. And it's just, I could see the progression. And if I can chart it and everything, which I'm not a math guy, I'm not going to do it, don't really care, And one thing that's really helped me be able to make changes in my life is learning how to not judge myself. And I think that's what has led me to give up, the diets that I've done in the past, the changes that I was trying to make, was because I kept judging myself. And it's really hard to make a lasting change if you're going to judge yourself, because then you're going to feel bad about yourself. And then when the rubber meets the road and you just want that steak, and you're with somebody that eating that steak, and they're just like, just have the steak, you're going to have the steak. But if you build a foundation, it's going to be a truer change. It's going to be a slower change, but it's going to be a healthier growth. And you won't look back. You won't regret it. I guarantee you won't regret it. Another thing that's helped me with anxiety and insomnia is a bedtime routine. It sounds strange. Kids do it all the time because our parents make us have a bedtime routine, and then somehow we give up the bedtime routine, right? Because we become adults. I guess we're independent. Want to do our own thing. I don't need a bedtime routine. That type of thing. But I've gotten back to it, and I wake up super early in the morning. I wake up at around 2:30, 3 a.m. every morning to drive for Uber, because I found a great schedule that works for me. I start driving at about 5:30 a.m. and then I'm done with my workday by 11:30 or noon, and I have the rest of the day. I have daylight hours to be able to just create more than I consume, to create art, to create videos for you, to hopefully help you out, to inspire you, to motivate you, to teach you about the benefits of oils. And it's not nighttime, and I'm out here in this beautiful valley in the middle of these mountains that are covered with gold flowers, purple flowers, and white flowers, fields of gold and wildflowers, just like the Sting song. And it's absolutely breathtaking. It's amazing. It's inspiring. It's motivating. It makes me happy. And it's the most beautiful thing in the world, just being out here, and it's magical. It's absolutely magical. And so that's my third pillar of how I've changed my life for the better is setting up a routine at bedtime so that I can actually start winding down and letting my mind wind down and go to sleep at an earlier hour, which I do go to bed earlier because I get up earlier and my day is a little bit different than, a 9 to 6 job or whatever. But I choose to do that because I love it, because I love being out here in the sunlight. So just a couple things that I do is, I start diffusing my oils. I love coconut. I'm cocoa for coconuts and everything about it, and every product that I can get my hands on with coconut, I cook with it. I clean my teeth with it. It pulls oils from my teeth, so I use it instead of Listerine or any of those chemical products. And I'll get into that in another video. Is becoming chemical free is the way to go. And so I'll rinse my mouth with coconut, pull the oils off of it, and then I'll brush my teeth, and I use a natural toothpaste from India, Ayurvedic toothpaste. And then again, I have my oils being diffused. I light my candles for my altar, so it's ready to meditate once I'm done with my brushing teeth routine. And then I go and meditate, however long that might take. I get in that space where I'm inspired. And then I allow myself to just lay in bed and just kind of just be. I watch Infinite Waters, which if you've never checked that out, please do. Infinite Waters is the YouTube channel, and Ralph Smart has inspired me to be able to just take these steps to live better, to live more divinely, and to live a more health conscious life. The most health conscious life that I can right now, and even more so later. And so I'll watch an episode of that. It's about half an hour. And then I turn all the lights down and I just lie down there. And I just let myself be until I fall asleep. Sometimes I have an overactive mind. One of the things that I heard is that people with genius IQs have overactive minds and deal with anxiety and insomnia a lot more than, I guess, normal people. Well, I'll take that. I'll take my overactive active mind. I love myself. I love my mind. Would not give it up for the world. But you just have to know how to deal with it, how to manage it, so you can use your mind as a tool instead of blaming it for keeping you up at night. And so sometimes, there might be nights where maybe I'll have some kind of inspiration. My mind will be going like crazy, just thinking about all these different things, and I'll just give into it. I'll let myself think about all those different things instead of trying to figure out how to stop it, because it's going to think all those different things no matter what. And so if I just start focusing on trying to figure out how to stop it, then I'm just adding something else for it to think about. So I'll do a lot of writing. I've gotten more into writing again, which I love to do. And actually writing with pen and paper is amazing. Have a close friend, shout out to her for getting me into pens, which has helped me. There's the drone, that's amazing. Drone going overhead. And so I write with pen and paper. Sometimes I'll just write, or just as long as my mind just gets it out, that's what it wants to do. And then sometimes it turns into a video like this, is just being inspired in those moments where maybe I'm up for an hour or two more than I wanted to be, but I've thought of something, or I let my mind work in a way where I have another video to share or whatever, and I just gave into my mind. So giving into your mind, letting go of the fact that yes, I can't sleep, giving into it has helped me tremendously. And I learned that from Teal Swan, which is another great YouTube channel, to just sometimes just give in. And the bedtime routine was from her as well. So that's another channel. If you want to be inspired, Teal Swan, check that out on YouTube as well. And essential oils is the fourth pillar that I've added to my life that has led to positive change, less anxiety, less stress. I don't take Xanax anymore. Forget sleeping pills. Forget pharmaceuticals. If you don't have to, you don't have to, and I don't have to, and it's amazing, it's beautiful. And the essential oils that I use at night, that I use in my inhaler, one of them, Young Living makes this blended oil called Stress Away. It's got vanilla notes. It smells absolutely magical and beautiful, very calming. And I'll diffuse that. Sometimes I'll do 2 to 3 drops of Stress Away and just Stress Away. I'll make an inhaler that's just Stress Away. So that's good if you just want to just buy one single bottle. It's a blend of all these amazing oils, and that could work for you. Another idea is lavender. Lavender is a good one as well. Bergamot is a good one. Frankincense is a good one. Cedarwood is a good one. One recipe that I've used in an inhaler is 2 to 3 drops of Stress Away, 2 to 3 drops of lavender, and 2 to 3 drops of cedarwood. So those 3 oils combined in an inhaler, kind of like this one. So I make these myself. This one is my allergy one, which, by the way, I'm out here in the middle of all this amazing pollen, and my nose is clear because of my saline treatments that I do, and because of this, just doing this throughout the day. And you can make one of these with Stress Away, with lavender and with cedarwood, or just Stress Away if you really like that one. That'll work to decrease your stress. And just keep this in your pocket, and you start feeling stressed, just take it out, take a sniff, and it's beautiful, natural oils, no chemicals, no pharmaceuticals, and it's amazing. And it'll just lower your stress, it'll lower your anxiety. And the amazing thing about oils as well is it makes you more creative, because I'm not telling you exactly what you have to buy to diffuse in your diffuser or to make an inhaler. I'm giving you suggestions of what's worked for me and what's benefited me. And now you can try it out. Maybe just buy that bottle of Stress Away today. You know, go to my website, sign up, and you'll be able to get a bottle of Stress Away. It'll actually come with a roll-on thing, kind of like a roll-on deodorant or whatever, so you can rub it on the back of your neck. And some people I've heard do that when they're driving in the car, and they just have a little stress, have a little anxiety, to rub some over there. You get the smell. The back of the neck right here is a stress point, and so there's a lot of nerves right there. So it can seep into your skin, get into your nervous system, and it can work that way as well. And so find a bottle of Stress Away, make an inhaler. Next week, I'm actually gonna take time and show you step by step how to make your own inhaler, because I just got some in. And I'll show you all the pieces that's involved, and just I'll make the anxiety / insomnia inhaler, and I'll also recap the allergy recipe as well, and show you how to make an inhaler that I use for allergies as well. So that'll be next week. It'll be a step-by-step guide, do it yourself, to make your own inhaler. The oils are available on my website, and you can take that step, and hopefully small steps like that, and then anything in this video that has helped you or inspired you to maybe start going vegan, or maybe just have one day that you do vegan, and then the rest of the days you can eat all the meat as you want, and just start something slow like that. Whatever it is, trust me, it's worked for me. It's worked for millions of other people. It's not a fad. You just have to take it slow, take it step by step. Do what you can do. Don't do what others are doing. Find out what works for you and implement it in your life, and the next thing you know, you're going to be vegan, you're going to be doing essential oils every single day, you're going to, whatever, etc., etc. It's just the more good things that you cram into your life, the more the bad things are just pushed out. That's my philosophy. That's the video today. I'll see you next week to do it yourself on how to make your own inhaler for allergies and for anxiety and insomnia. Peace. May you experience grace this week, and may you go in peace and change the world by setting an example for other people and living more divinely.